Hi there. Over the past few months, as I've been illustrating a few projects for my local town, I was really struggling to find a good pen. I couldn't find the right pen I was looking for. I wanted something that would curve around corners. It's kind of hard to describe, but I was looking for something that could kind of curve around corners without cutting out the ink. Cutting out the ink without the ink cutting out, and I started sort of researching into different pens, and I found a brush pen I didn't know they existed, to be honest. So here is just a collection of the different pens which I have acquired. I just thought I would test a few out over the last while to see what really worked for me, and so I decided to put a wee video together, and it might be of interest to some people, some artists out there who are perhaps looking for some new pens to use. So without further ado, I will try and test some of these pens out. Can't promise it's going to be great, but we'll see what happens. Thank you. This one is called the Zig Clean Color Real Brush, and is by Kuretake, which is I believe a Japanese company. It's made in Japan anyway. This is a non-refillable. It has quite a nice brush head, as you'll notice in some of these tests here with the Kuretake. Sometimes the ink cuts out a bit, which sort of gives it the old style traditional Japanese calligraphy look, in my opinion. If you're looking for that sort of thing, then this pen might be the one to go for. These pens here are a Zebra Fude pen, which again is Japanese, made in Japan as well, and they have a slightly more sturdy brush type head than, it's more, it would be more like a felt tip as opposed to actual brush hairs. But I illustrated my local town map with Zebra brush pens, and I feel they do really good, especially going around corners and drawing in fine detail and things. And they come in 3 sizes that I'm aware of, so I would recommend the Zebra ones. This is probably my favourite Fude pen. This is Pentel's GFKP pen, and again made in Japan. It has a really nice kind of brush head to it, and the fact that it's refillable as well is something I prefer, because I don't really like going and buying new pens all the time. So I mean, if I have a few refills sitting there and I like the pen, at least you know it's reliable. It's probably £3 or £4 more than, say, the Zebra disposable pens. This would probably be my pen of choice out of the whole lot of them. It seems to work very well. It has a nice feel to it as well. This is, see if I can pronounce it properly, Suhitsu, I believe. This was designed to be like a Japanese bamboo, a traditional bamboo, but it's plastic, but it's that sort of colour and shape. This, the brush head on this one is, in my opinion, very similar to the Zebra pens, which is almost like a felt tip type head. And again, whenever you're inking with this pen, if you're doing calligraphy or whatever, it has that sort of, it sometimes cuts out. I found, for myself personally, it cuts out far too much. But if you're looking for that traditional calligraphy look, it could be a good type of pen for you. This is what was called a traditional Chinese calligraphy brush made of bamboo. I think this one here was actually broken when it came to me. I didn't realise, but this came all the way from Hong Kong and was broken when I got it. I got two, so the second brush here is the one I'm going to test, but they did seem to be sort of cheaply made up. And as far as the broken head of the brush, didn't really help matters. When I started to test it out, though, it has a quite nice sort of, it has a nice feel to it. I'll put it that way. It has a nice feel to it. It makes a difference from using plastic pens and things like that. I mean, when you've got, but it's kind of like any wooden handled brush, I suppose. It has a quite it gives quite a nice line, I think. Obviously, if you are into calligraphy, you're going to do a far better job than I do. So this is really just a test. This came from a company called Sourcing Map. I think it's an Asian company, and they, as far as I know, ship to all around the world. This is a traditional Japanese Fude brush, made of bamboo and goat hair, and has quite a nice sort of again, it gives quite a nice sort of feel to what you're doing. I like how you can colour in, you can put in a lot of black ink areas and things with this type of brush. I would say this is probably more a pen for white people who want to be Japanese or Chinese and like this idea of being all Zen and all that stuff. Yeah, because really it's it just strikes me as that sort of brush. That's from a company called Zen Minded, you know, but it has quite a nice feel to that brush. I would really use it for filling in big areas of black as opposed to a wee pen. So there we have it. That's just a few different sort of brush pens and Asian brushes tested. Obviously I don't really do calligraphy, Japanese or Chinese kind of thing, but I mainly bought those brushes for illustration. I tried to sort of do a few examples that you see of the different strengths and weaknesses that I found. I think my favourite one to use at present is the Pentel refillable Japanese Fude pen, and I'll put the wee description thing up there on a text. So thank you for watching. Have a good day or good evening or wherever you're from. Bye bye.